Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back for game number 2 here in the Shanghai Major Chinese Qualifiers, where ig.vitality is trailing LGD 1-0. Not a huge shock, guys, but ig.vitality, they got to do something very difficult. Some might even say it's Herculean. They got to win 2 in a row against LGD.
It's definitely Herculean. If
they
start this, it's the start of their trials. Then if they can win their groups at Shanghai, then if they can win Shanghai, then they'll
be CDEC.
Then they'll be demigods. Yeah, they'll be CDEC.
Right now, it's a group of Davids versus Goliath.
I'm pretty sure Aggressive was the spawn of some form of Dota pantheon.
Yeah, the Chinese Dota training program, like they do with basketball. He's the new Yao. I don't know basketball. Thank you. I was almost said Ming Li, and I was like, that's not right. That's really not right.
Ming Li.
Yao Ming Li.
Solid.
Gotta miss Yao Ming.
So we do have a draft underway, guys. We're gonna go ahead, hop into it. This is game number 2, and ig.vitality up to their old tricks with a twist. They are gonna ban the Darkseer. Let it through last time. Honestly, again, for me, it was not like the most polished performance from RTK, but he did enough, and the hero just seems to suit the way the team wants.
7-0 with Darkseer. Let's go.
That's because LGD is winning a lot of games. Stats, man.
I know. I'm bringing that up to harass you about it.
Well, you consider me triggered, Brian.
I'm gonna trigger
They really
you
seem
all.
to like the disruptor for LGD.
They do.
It's popular in China in general. Like every team plays good disruptor, and it can contribute in massive ways. So I think it's definitely warranted. You're taking it off the table from your opponents. You're getting it for yourself. You enable kills all the time, and when it comes down to the hard 5-on-5, you get that too.
I think it works really well against iG.V because iG.V are really aggressive with their like 10 to 18 minute ganks, and so that's really when you're first starting to get like max glimpse. And they go for these like really deep ganks.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
They will gank you behind your like tier 2. They'll smoke up and gank you like, in the middle of mid lane. And disruptors are a really good hero to like get a pick off on one of the guys like leaving after one of those big ganks to try to like turn that from a loss into like a wash. So I think disruptors are a really good pick to counter iG.V's strategy.
And we're gonna see a change up from ig.vitality. Last game they went the route of letting the Morphling through, but picking AA to try and dissuade LGD from grabbing it. This time, I'm guessing they don't want AA. I did feel like they were a little light in control for the carry last game, so they leave themselves open maybe to get another stun or just more burst damage, and instead they're going to ban out the Morph. So that is a pretty big shift in mentality from them.
I actually love this draft so much more than the Game 1 draft from iG.V. I mean, the Night Stalker support, obviously that's what they wanted to focus on, so they ended up going for the Clockwork offlane instead of what I was talking about with the Vengeful Spirit. Now they've got this dynamic duo that they've run so many times to great effect. Night Stalker, Vengeful Spirit, over and over. Probably third pick Razor, would not be surprising at all, even though Lina has shown maybe that he can take care of that lane. The banning phase also, I think, is a lot better. Obviously, taking out Sylar's comfort, they feel like they have to do that. But now switching over to RTK's comfort, taking care of that, and then going back to focusing bans on Sylar. I feel like across the board, if you're going into a fight that like a call down comes down and you have to back, that's where Disruptor shines. Is where he punishes you from retreating from an engagement with all that chase potential.
I feel so good about LGD's like just chances and like future projections on this patch with their ability to just be like, okay, you want to ban out Sylar? That's fine. We'll wait until last. You can ban him out. Like in the past, like in Sylar's teams, like he's been such the center point, of it, the fulcrum of his team strategy that like they weren't really that comfortable with letting it be a last pick hero a lot of the time. And for LGD, they're just like, okay, we'll wait until last. We can pick a Slark out of nowhere and it'll still work. We'll still win with it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I agree with that though, because like you look at last patch, it was the maybe show. It was not at all about Sylar. Like Sylar would always be a 2-position safe lane carry. You'd see maybe on like the Lina, the Ember getting the lion's share of the farm, being the big playmaker.
Well, I'm saying, like, I think it.
I do agree. I like the
this.
fact that he's showing some versatility in the hero picks, though. I definitely agree with that part. But I don't think he's always been the centerpiece of the team.
I don't think he's always been the centerpiece of the team. I think he's largely been the centerpiece of the team when the meta is structured around him being the centerpiece of the
this
team.
patch is better for Sylar. I'm still not sure if it's better for LGD, but it's definitely better for Sylar.
I'm loving this Rubik pickup, right? Already a bunch of great stuff to steal, and you get your hands on that glimpse, you're gonna be turning it against them.
I love.
Yeah, and
Fisher on
Earthshaker.
Rubik.
Yeah, it's like the go-to every single time.
Yeah.
Fisher,
Oh,
Fisher,
nice.
Fisher.
Ether
You
lens.
essentially have a Fisher every fight. That
Yeah.
makes you better than the Earthshaker. Unless we're actually looking at an off-lane Earthshaker, RTK gets an earlier Blink Dagger and makes plays happen.
I really like as well if Rubik can pick up that Ether Lens, right? It'll happen a bit later into the game because you have to build up some form, but it means that you get longer range on the spell steal, and then of course you can get a better fissure, better glimpse, etc., etc. So.
I'm wondering if RTK has played a lot of Earthshaker in the off lane.
He has, I think. I swear that I've seen
Oh!
RTK
And the Sylar's
Earthshaker.
The Sylar's Sven!
Speak of the devil.
This is a
Alright.
much better Sven game than last time. Last time there was
Sure.
Razor, Clockwork were the big two that jumped out at me as like just heroes that destroy Sven, but this could be a good Sven game.
I like this.
They got a lot. Like when you play Sven, the ideal thing is if your team has a ton of control because mobility is normally his biggest issue. This is someone who can. That's actually an interesting pick.
I'm really surprised.
They see Sven with Warcry, very tanky, hard to burst, good at man fighting, and then they pick into that with the TA.
Yeah, that's very strange.
It does synergize with the Night Stalker. Very good at ganking and map control.
What's the uptime on Warcry now if you just spam it?
It's pretty high.
8 seconds or something. I mean, maybe they buffed it even further, but it's definitely really strong. But I think the idea is to pick off the supports before the Sven Warcry comes out. If you can Meld Strike and take 2/3 of a Disruptor's health, sure, he'll get an armor buff a moment later, but you're still going to be able to finish him off with 1 or 2 hits. So
also good against the Lina, which has already been shown.
Yeah,
at this point, you know it's the mid. So
exactly.
Good matchup. Last time maybe really had an easy time. It is interesting, though, that this is the first time I think we've seen ig.Vitality have a shot at the Razor and not go for it. So they are being forced to adapt in the series.
And
I
they're
think
still
they kind
afraid
of
to play.
realized the issues with the pick.
So the bat ban out, I guess,
That's
wanting to
smart.
make sure Templar doesn't have too much trouble there. Easy way to
Yeah.
burn through refractions, but LGD.
And they
I
could-
assumed it was Lina mid though. Oh, sorry, bat offlane. That means it is support Earthshaker.
Yeah, it definitely could still
Almost
be
certainly.
support our
So-
shaker. So I think
Yeah,
that's
they're
a
flexible.
very wise ban by IG. TA just gets destroyed by bat.
Yeah, I thought there might be, because I know some teams in the NA scene against both the Shadow Fiend and the Templar Assassin, they would frequently run bat
it
and
is.
like
Offlane
it.
Sven?
Okay, what?
Offlane Sven? Or the support Sven?
You know,
There's a possibility too.
You know, I was talking about the Sylar Lycan yesterday. Got 5th banned. Now that it looks like there's no way they're gonna pick a carry, now they go for it. God damn it, Laugandier, you're killing me.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, they could do the EG offlane Sven.
I mean,
or
if you look at IG,
Could be mid Lycan, safe lane Sven, off lane Earthshaker.
If
Disruptor
you look
Lina
at
supports,
IG,
but I
they
doubt
are
it.
no,
actually-
not Disruptor Lina.
They
Yeah,
are
Disruptor Lina is awful.
they are terrible at D pushing. So I'm actually pretty worried for IG right now.
Yeah.
Like, look at this draft. What do they actually have to stop the push? Fade Bolt? Wave of Terror?
I like these
Gotta respect the way
I
of
like
They're
these
gonna get-
RTK
hone-
drafts, man.
Honestly,
I
they're
like
gonna get
these.
rolled unless they win all their lanes. Like, they're just gonna get 5-man to
Well,
death.
So who's your carry here to counteract this?
I have no idea.
Right, I agree with you. It doesn't feel like there's much you can do. You're in a bit of a pickle.
But this is just it's a well constructed draft by LGD. Like, to give them credit, 5th picking a Lycan completely changes. Like, it didn't look like a push strat at all.
No.
Suddenly now you've got Warcry, you've got a Necro 3 carrier, Howl. Lina is actually pretty good at sieging. Disruptor and Earthshaker not so much, but this just kind of came out of nowhere with one pick.
I still consider Glimpse a pushing spell, because if you don't play around it perfectly, you are going to engage under tower 5v4.
That's a good point. And you can punish heroes that are trying to defend and then like, oh, I want to run away. No,
There's-
you're coming back and dying.
They have supports that don't kill towers, but they help fighting in towers or like dealing.
They need
with
like mass
initiation.
AoE, and I still think they need some damage. What, Timbersaw?
I don't know.
Ember, probably
could
not
go
this game.
Yeah, you could go for like a safe lane blink farming core that just comes online really early on. So obviously not the Lina, but like we've seen safe lane Centaur do okay, and things along those lines to just get involved. Hell, an Axe, just something that can actually deal with the early pressure that LG is going to be putting out. Because honestly, like the RTK draft here just completely turned things on its head.
All right, so they're just going to double down on running at LGD. But again, their D-push is atrocious.
Still, yeah. The Lifesteer does
This
not help out. in
this
that.
this is a decent hero for man fighting.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's amazing. Lina's also great against Lifesteal once she gets the Ags later on. I am heavily favoring LGD.
Absolutely, I think RTK,
Barring something incredible in the lanes.
by just kind of pulling the wool over ig.Vitality's eyes up until that last pick, I feel like they just completely outdrafted them. The draft itself, like those 5 heroes, you don't theory craft that kind of lineup and say, this is, I love to have all these heroes together. But the way they put ig.Vitality in working in one way, where they knew, hey, we'll give them Night Stalker, we'll give them Vengeful Spirit, single target, early gank. They love to have that strat. You feed them that, you hand them that, and then you get something that they can't address. And you could maybe consider things like Broodmother and stuff as another way to mess with that, because they can't deal with the spiders. But in this case, the Lycan fits so well into Sylar's playstyle, and of course, it's going to be making ig.Vitality's current draft very weak.
And the
Momoya support spin. Let's go.
So
what's the build here? Do you max Warcry first?
I have
Level
not
1 stun?
been impressed with a whole lot of support Sven I've seen played over the
Hey,
years.
if anyone can do it, it's probably MMY.
That's a good point.
And the alternative is you have an off-lane Sven. So I think the RTK Shaker's a little better.
I agree. I think that's the way you need to play it.
We'll see what he exactly started with, but probably a couple clarities or maybe a mango or something. Get some business out there.
I'm honestly like I hope I'm proven wrong, but I'm honestly shocked they went for Lifestealer with. It's not even that good against Lycan.
No,
to be
Rage
honest.
is really good this game, though. Like, raging everything. Raging Glimpse,
true.
raging Chain Stuns.
That's true. But
He doesn't like.
I
he
still
doesn't like
Lycan
dealing
can
mass
still
armor.
easily outman fight a Lifestealer,
Yeah.
and he's almost always going to be ahead on farm.
Sure.
And as you mentioned, there's a lot of armor on LGD. Like, how is he actually ripping through people? He's completely physical. Early game, he's
Yeah.
going to have a lot of trouble actually killing people. And
Is
what's
it-
your Infest Bomb pump combo
well,
here?
maybe they have some. Do they have shenanigans planned
That's
with
a
the
good
Ancients
point.
or something?
They can maybe blink, like put him in TA. She gets the blink early because we stacked Ancients. I don't know. Maybe you
Is
get
that,
pickoffs.
is that how you stop the push? You
Yeah.
swap. You take
put him
over.
in the
You take over the dragon and just run at them.
Yeah, I mean,
You vomit, yeah.
Actually,
the fire,
the
the
fireball
ignite
is
is
not
actually
bad
really
at counter
solid.
push. It clears waves really fast.
You just unfortunately
maybe
the creeps
that's
to
the
stay
play,
there.
guys. Maybe
I think that is probably the
What
play.
if they don't get the spawn, though? It's like,
right.
we're all
Your whole
around.
draft is built around hoping that you get the right creeps. No, I mean we'll see.
It's like a Chen stacking for 4 minutes and getting no Wild Wing spawns. It's just, like, so sad.
And while it may be a very powerful smell, it's such a small AoE, right? Especially like you can just move the wolves out of it. You can the
No.
creeps might get
It
pulled
would
off
just
the
be for
tower.
the lane
It's
creeps.
it's like it's rough. So
Let's see. ig.Vitality, even with a loss here, would still have another shot in the lower bracket tomorrow. LGD have a game to give when we get underway, so it's going to be TA only in a mid. Definitely a better matchup for the TA than some of the other lanes we see recently, and it is a departure. Curious to see if the TA play lives up to the Razor play, because that was very impressive earlier. Almost seemed like he was a Razor specialist.
yeah, it's something they pick a lot. Again, we're seeing the early rotation this time from IG off of the lane. I mean, I'm not quite sure what you're meant to do up there against Disruptor, being pulled maybe back into a Sven Stormhammer.
Is that Night Stalker Iron Talon farming?
Oh, I hope so.
We did they do that last game? I was stepping in and out of the room. so
No,
didn't get to see
I
it.
don't think they did the Iron Talon last game, but we've been seeing it in a
'cause
lot.
last time Night Stalker was a
So
support more than
we
offlane.
completely fail with our analysis because obviously that's the reason why they lost. Because
Oh, yeah.
Iron
Well,
Talon Night Stalker.
it's support Night Stalker, though. It really is
Oh, I
different.
know. It's different. I'm being facetious.
But we've been seeing it a
Relax.
bunch, right? There's no chill. So yep.
Yeah, if you want chill, go to Moonduck.
Yeah. So mid looking pretty normal for this matchup. They're gonna sit back for a while, right? I mean, Night Stalker can't do anything here until he gets a few levels. How do you think his first night's gonna go? Because he's maybe level 3, maybe even only level 2.
Oh no, he'll be higher level than that.
You think he'll just go back up?
He should be level 3 by the
Yeah.
time the first night hits.
Easily.
You clear the jungle really fast with the Iron
The Iron
Talon. It's
Talon is
actually
surprising.
Night Stalker's got to be one of the best candidates. I'm converted after the one game I saw. I'm with Blaze on this now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I also really like the 4 position one from Godblack, where they get like Tree and Protector, get an Aghanim Scepter at like 17 minutes or
So
something.
he's already 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
in.
I wasn't 100% sure he had it. And Sven is coming around back, doesn't have a ward, so they're going for something here.
Well, yeah, I just saw him sitting on that
They
spot
see
on the map.
him. Yeah, they have a ward right
They
on
know,
top of
they
Sven.
know his shenanigans. They know what he's up to.
Oh. Yeah.
It's pretty tough to shut that type of play down.
Yeah, it is. It's just so safe. It's just such a safe position.
Yeah. And now that the Sven's rotating, they now have Rubik just chilling behind Templar. This is really nice, I feel, from IG Vitality. So.
I also feel if like some of Momoya's early rotations here just don't go well, he's just gonna fall behind. Like Sven, if he doesn't get a couple of successful ganks off in a support's position, it's can be pretty rough. If you don't get, he's kind of item dependent as a support because you want to get some items to increase that mana pool kind of early.
Otherwise, he's just a walking stun and Warcry, which is a bit underwhelming.
And yeah, then you only have one stun per fight really until you
Yeah.
get some points and stats or some arcane boots. It's-
Need that coddle, man.
And he's also got an Orb of Venom, which means he's kind of all in on this. Like, that item is going to be completely useless if he doesn't find a kill within the next, like, 4 minutes.
But in spite of all of that, maybe is still doing really well in the matchup. Remember, he is benefiting from Hal here, which definitely helps a lot against the TA, but it's 19 and 10 already versus only a 10-3 TA. They are going to make the move, though. Lift up on a maybe. Can they actually get off to a hot start? He turns with the stun. He's going to go in on the TA. Now backing off, bottling, and retreating. Should be fine. In fact, has another stun ready. So they got to be careful not to overextend. Is maybe going to find the solo kill. TA
He's got
can't
the
really
Dragon
get
Slave.
it. Slave
Oh.
and just off the mark. They want this guy. They want him bad. I don't think they're going to get him, though.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
we're
going to be
gonna
a
go
Storm Hammer coming. No more Refraction Charges. That's on cooldown. This will be our first blood. And it just felt like a...
How does MMY do it? He's just like, all right, I'm coming at you. Just runs right in. And, well, that was a little bit greedy
Also,
from
maybe
IG.
what a player,
Yeah.
man! Like he gets lifted up, and he's like his first response is to go back.
To go
and
back in for the kill.
Yeah.
I love it.
Like so many other mids would just run for their lives immediately there, but he runs in the other direction, throws down a stun. and
Meanwhile,
Fade Bolt.
Fade Bolt maybe dropping low. This would be a really big kill. Can he juke? Jive his way out of here. Void, does he have the mana for it?
Oh, no, no, no!
Momo, yeah, again.
I think a little mistake there
And
from
the
the Night
glimpse!
Stalker to
Easy.
back out because now he's going to be in a lot of trouble. They don't have the Storm Hammer. He is a very tanky hero, but only level 3. 1 point in that Hunter in the Night. Not going to be enough.
This is so good for MMY now that he's getting these kills. we're
Okay, so
talking
MMY
about.
has gotten a first blood, another kill as a roaming Sven with an Orb of Venom, and yeah, meanwhile Sylar's just doing Sylar things.
Yeah. Now, I actually think a big aspect of the exchange there with the Rubik TA versus Alina, where he actually was able to fight it, was the creep wave. If there was not a dire creep wave there, the refraction's a much bigger deal for the TA, and we just see that the Lina has to run for her life. She cannot stand a fight whatsoever. But because she had a full creep wave, because she had just pushed it out, that actually allowed her to kind of stand and deliver and almost kill the Rubik. It definitely could have been. It's kind of a 50-50 guess on the Dragon Slave from that vector.
I also am a little surprised. Yes, it's early days and some of the level gaining was nerfed by the Rubik being in mid, but maybe an early point in that Meld Strike, because you know the Storm Hammer is going to be coming your way early this game since it's a roaming Sven, but maybe just not feeling like that's necessary on the Templar.
Well, for now, LGD sitting back, taking it easy. It is still nighttime. They're going to put Sylar in the jungle. This is just your classic Lycan play. Similar to like a Terrorblade or a PL. Once they get enough levels, they go to the jungle, give the lane to a support, let them catch up and get their early level 6s. So a very efficient play here by LGD. I still am waiting to see what the early movements are from Vitality. Doesn't seem like they'll be doing too much more for this first night. But just sitting back at Trading Farm is, I think, very risky against what you know is going to be a scary 5-man push later on. It doesn't even have to be a full push. They can also split up the Lycans and the other 4 elsewhere and go for kills. So they're going to have their work cut out for them if they don't get something done soon.
Yeah, I actually really love the Dire Ward just now placed out by MMY. That is going to not only scout any... Oh, they just dewarded it. Even better from iG.V. But that would have scouted out the TA Ancient stacks, so that's inevitably going to come, and they want to contest that directly. As well, the Night Stalker, because of that Iron Talon, is always in that general area looking at that jungle camp. Now, instead, they're looking at him, and they're going to go in.
Storm
Hey, buddy.
Hammer opening up, and yeah, the Wolfman just going to run him down. No hope there.
He got the kill again? Are you serious?
Just go carry.
Hey, you got to get that blink up.
Just
All
go
right,
carry
MMY Midas incoming. Here we go, boys and
Oh
girls.
no, the fissure coming out. You're in a horrible spot, Rubik. You gotta get away. Gonna be able to walk around. Looks like it'll be
Too
fine.
many people there, yeah.
What do you do here for... I was gonna actually ask that about the Sven, because sometimes we'll see support Svens try to maybe get up at drums, help out the team, but if he's having such a great start, he could get the blink.
You get the you just get the early
Blink is
ags.
really good.
Early
Yeah.
ags for the additional
I
damage.
think Soul
And Ags? Actually...
No,
Oh, come on, man. I think this game, not so bad.
You got
Oh.
it with a howl too. Oh, and they end up getting ROTK
I
on
think
bottom
with
bench.
the
They needed
Lycan,
that
you
so
get like
much.
a Necro 3, you got the Sven Ags, man. You gotta believe. No.
It got a
Please.
buff in the last patch.
I don't care. It's horrible.
How horrible do you think it is? Is it bottom 5 Ags upgrades?
I mean,
Is it old
What's
puck
worse?
ags bad?
Can you think of any Ags that you consider worse than it?
Legion Commanders
Actually,
ags?
I don't even know.
yeah,
half
Legion
of the-
Commander's Ags is pretty
I like the
bum.
new part, the change.
Oh,
to,
you're right. It
yeah.
got changed. You're right. It's a little bit better now.
Yeah, I actually really like it now.
I don't know anybody that has like a really atrocious ags now. They fixed most of the really
Yeah.
bad ones.
Yeah.
Like Puck's ags used to be useless. and they
Tinker's
fixed it.
probably
Tinker's is still pretty
arguable.
rough.
And then OD now with the
How do you-
change, OD's is actually completely worthless now, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
How do you feel about Tides? You like that big old gush
it do-
wave?
It's definitely more than the
Tide
Sven.
just
just
looks ridiculous
funny.
more than
it's
anything.
It's not good. It's just funny.
Sven would pick this up if he is working on his 5th major item. He's like, okay, yeah, I have absolutely nothing better to do. Let's go ahead and pick that.
And I think maybe
You're a
still
hater.
even more game impact if you went for a more carry Sven role, like just transition, but we'll see how it's going.
I still think it would be good.
Just wait till you see the house.
Maybe it's not
then
your
all-
first item. You know, maybe you get like a Vlad's and I guess like in
Sven.
They got the Vlads. You guys are talking about blinks and ags. I think he should get a soul ring. Like, I'm just looking at the first step here.
Oh,
Keep
come on.
momentum rolling. Like,
That's so boring.
Listen, he's gotten 3 kills. All right, you got to think bigger. already into the Roche kill.
You're the guy who wins the lottery and is just like, man,
I gotta pay my bills.
I can't wait to fix my radiator.
Excellent.
He's a practical guy.
So they don't seem to have a good idea of this Roche going down. It's pretty common with the Lycan, but I think just trying to make some space elsewhere since they've had a rough laning stage on ig.Vitality and free Roshan coming out.
Yeah, it does take quite a bit longer nowadays with the medallion nerf from, what was it, 2 or 3 patches ago, but there's no contest until now. Hey, buddy, what's going on in here?
Okay.
Oh, the timing on it. He's going to commit for this one. Lifestealer gets involved. They try to stun him, focus him down. The A just snatched by the Lycan, but the last hit by the Radiant. Great way to start the fight off. Better than just giving it away for free anyway. DDC looking for the turn here. Gets the glimpse back. Lifestealer is going to end up going down, so they get the Roche kill. It cost them 2 heroes.
That sounds worth it. I mean, that amount of gold and experience, and in particular experience you get with like a solo kill from the Lifestealer on the Roche, that's actually immense.
So the Lycan, they're really, not Lycan, the Lifesteal, they're really unfortunately, he was just jungling and had used his ult.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If that hadn't happened, maybe pop into one of the wolves, maybe even get out, and then it would be better. But
Was Rage on cooldown, or was he just
no,
slow
he
to use
used
it?
Rage there.
He
Well,
used
he
it
got
after the
storm
Sven
bolted,
stun.
though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He got storm bolted first.
So I don't know. I don't think it was on cooldown. I'm not quite sure why he did
That's
just
really
wolf
hard
and
though when
raged.
Sven's right next to you.
Yeah.
But if he had raged, maybe he gets the Roche kill and the Aegis. Hard to say.
He got the last hit on Roshan. I
Which
think
is
that's a win.
impressive.
Like, that's still
I
amazing.
mean, they still lose this tower because of it, though.
But see, this is the thing for me is I don't think LGD really care because the nature of their draft is that they just want to push. And iG.V, again, biggest weakness of this lineup. Almost no deep push.
Yeah. Still innately a problem that we're going to be seeing this entire game. But TA at least is getting some ancient farm here. Night Soccer should at least get an Urn of Shadows or something pretty soon. Oh, no, he's actually doing miserably.
He just bought something, I thought.
Yeah, okay. Hopefully. Because
He's got one more item.
Boots and Talon is not really where you want to be at.
He's got 29 CS. I think he's got something else coming. Still not great. Well, they're going to try to siege with the Armlet Lifestealer, even raging for this, but
That's
trying to
awkward,
trade.
actually.
Yeah, someone's taking a light strike array. Oh.
All right. See you later. When are we going to see Ancient Shenanigans?
Oh,
Okay,
no!
Static Storm, Laguna Blade.
Good
Nice.
Not
swaps.
doing too much, but yeah, the Venge coming out. She'll blow up instead. Do they? Yeah,
Is
he's fine.
Is he safe?
I
He's
think
got
he'll
armlet.
armlet toggle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's fine. The Rubik looking to be in a pickle. There is a lift. Should be fine. Where's the Fissure? He's stunned up.
Oh, no,
okay.
no.
No, man, I feel
Lifestealer's
Oh,
coming back
okay.
in. He manages to get up the rage before the Echo mauls down RTK, turns onto MMY. Lycan is not here, but he's rotated in. Sylar coming for the backstab from the south. TA is not in the fight either, just pushing out that bottom lane. And the Wolves,
Oh,
they're
no!
going to snipe the Lifestealer looking for a bit
Are
more.
they
Might
gonna
get
get
the
another?
Rubik too. The Wolf is at your door, Sylar.
Oh, the
Gets
juke!
Gets juked.
Okay, Rubik is the MVP, but now we've
Nope,
got other
he's
people
coming
coming
back
in.
in.
Where's the Stormhammer? There it goes. The Wolfman cometh. He's smacking them around. You can't get out of the kinetic field. Now Templar Assassin has finally joined the strike. Gets a Meld Strike up, but Light Strike array, and her refractions are down. Laguna Blade to the face. She's going to burn out to that urn, and now just, the auto attack's coming out. Another kinetic field. Lifestealer. Oh, it Rage ends up going down. And did he buy back there?
No, he
Or
got
just
out.
respawned because it took so long?
Oh, no,
He died. He must
yeah,
have fought
Lycan
back,
got him
right?
for sure. So,
So I think he may have just died back there.
yeah,
I'm not
his
sure.
death, there's no way he has a 40-second death timer
Yeah.
without a
Yeah.
buyback involved. So, yes.
That's really unfortunate, to say the least.
I
and
mean,
it's-
I feel like it's just a disaster from the second that Wolf hits you with the armlet, bring you down to 1 HP.
That's it's just tough. You haven't played against Lycan in forever.
Exactly.
You forget about the Wolves being invis and sneaking up on you.
Man, I really want these Lifestealer picks to work, but so far from the ones I've seen this patch, they just haven't really worked out.
I mean, they can honestly. I think LGD can pretty easily end the game before 20 minutes.
I mean, like, you can't even blame the Lifestealer pick. Just
don't know.
the 5
I'm
picks of
not.
LGD, the 4 picks of iG.V, no matter what you pick, you have a draft loss.
I'm not blaming the
Lifestealer was
Lifestealer,
not
I
the
just wish it
pick,
was.
but I don't know that there was anyone here left that could have
Agreed.
solved the issues of the 5th pick. Like,
Agreed.
but Lifestealer definitely does not feel like the pick. He's done more than the TA, I guess. That's saying something.
and MMY is going the Blink Dagger. High five. No Soul Ring. But yeah, it's gonna... Okay, I guess he hasn't bought it yet. It still could be Magical Axe. Okay, we've actually managed to burn Aegis. Should be able to get the secondary kill here. Yeah, good.
That's big.
Lycan.
Oh wow, Sylar was caught out. That's 450.
Yeah.
That is a kill.
667 gold and unstoppable
He did
streak going the
buy-
way of the Night Stalker.
He was farming their Ancients. That's really ballsy with a Templar Assassin.
But he has a ward on the. Oh, it's on the logo.
But even still, it's on the low ground, and then the traps. You have to expect there are traps in
Oh
that
no, he
area.
has another ward actually.
Oh, yeah.
Did they smoke for that? Because they have a.
They might have
There's a
smoke.
dire ward over near the mid lane.
Oh, Courier, they're gonna.
So they may have
so it's
smoked,
not
and
worth
that's
it.
why he got caught out.
No, they want the bigger target, the Lena here, but she is out. So really, that'll happen.
Yeah, because in normal situations, if there's not a smoke catching you off guard, shapeshift should be the end-all be-all escape. You don't have to, you can't interrupt it with a crippling fear or a stun or something like that. Once you start it, it will follow through. You live through 1 or 2 stuns, and then you run.
Mm-hmm. Maybe looking for kills here with the Envis rune. Nobody poking their head out just yet. They're about to get a Shaker Blink as well, so they're going to have Sven Blink, Shaker Blink,
Disruptor.
Yules on Lena, and Disruptor. The catch is just ridiculous on LGD.
And it's something where even if you Venge Swap someone away, maybe you glimpse them backwards, or if you're using the Venge Swap always to save people from the glimpse, your initiation is gone because of that. I don't think you can use this Venge for initiation so easily in
You're
teamfight.
also just gonna have a.
No, the Venge needs to be there to save heroes, like the Lifestealer when he got caught last fight.
It's just really tough. I mean, like everybody's gonna have a blink on LGD. Might as well get one on Sylar. Like it's at this point, they just can jump you so quickly, and they can wreak havoc in seconds whenever they catch you out.
Yeah, and it's a blink up on the Earthshaker, and
They're actually baiting Sylar there with the smoke.
Mm-hmm.
They actually think that that's warded, most likely, like a trap at least. They think there's a TA trap there, and they're just gonna say, "Okay, well, come get me."
Second time will not be the charm, as iG.V don't appear to have any vision.
I think we're gonna see a clash here, though.
Any second now, MMY out in front. They get the immediate nuke off onto XXS, and that will be just a free kill.
Yeah,
Do they? Oh,
not quite. I like this decision, right? They not trying to engage with that, even though it was 4. The Lycan, of course, can come in any time. Lifestealer is just wandering back down. So
These movements by LGD have just been really crisp.
Yep, very, very solid. Disruptor actually not going for Blink. He had like 1550 gold, and he's actually going for a mechanism. So they just want to really reinforce the push.
oh, gonna make a move here on the mid lane. Like in getting angry, Fissure comes out off the mark. MMY blinks in, also unable to get a stun off. Now RTK will arrive. This time they steal the Fissure. That's gonna connect on 2, but doesn't matter. Venge down. Lifestealer does get a trade elsewhere, bringing down the Disruptor, but the army's on the hunt.
he has to hop into one of these surely and just try to run.
He's not going to get the chance.
Stunned, controlled. Look at the physical damage. Way too much for him to do anything but run the hell away. Fissure blocking off the TA, who's also in pursuit. We'll find a neutral creep. Pops in, pops
Rage
out.
TP.
Now Rage and
TP.
fight. He's a man. Not going to give up that easy. Maybe he should have, though.
I believe so.
Oh, the Fissure comes out, almost saving his life, but no, there's going to be Dragon Slave coming on through as well, and Lycan's still doing so much damage. The return Fissure, and Zaz just, SSX, he's just dead. Goodbye, Nightstorm. Like, there's nothing, I don't know what to do. He's had so little game impact. He is at least taking them on a trip, but...
We got a Lycan kill. That was pretty impactful.
Yeah, it's... Light Strike away off the mark, so...
Yeah, it's still a full refraction, too. Like, she's by herself,
Yeah.
so...
It's definitely not any individual player like throwing the game for IG. It's just very much the nature of the lineups.
If you're gonna miss your Yule stun, now's the time to do it.
Yep.
And I think we've discussed it already a bit, but it really comes down to the draft here. A really good job on LGD of disguising what they wanted and keeping things flexible.
I like these RLTK drafts, man.
But now everybody's going to see a Sven pick from LGD and be like, that's not a carry. Fuck that.
But you can use it to your advantage, right? If they think it's not the carry, but you're also comfortable playing it that way.
Sylar would have to probably
Let's say, I wonder if
practice a lot more.
Sylar is good.
I don't think he's bothered. Like, that's
All right.
not a Sylar hero.
All right, let's be real. Sven is not hard.
Yeah, okay.
On the list of like heroes that you can get rusty with and need a lot of work to get better on, I think Sven's pretty low on the list.
The farming patterns are actually pretty intense for him because like it comes down to how well your team's stacking and just in general what's safe.
Yeah.
Because like you can commit like an alchemist stacks. Like you can really get greedy with the greater cleave. Yeah, I've seen like
a lot of that. A lot of that also comes down to the support. Just
I've seen plenty of like you go like 2-1-2-1 by like level 6. We saw it like 2 days ago. And then they max the great cleave from there.
Yeah.
Like you get some basic skill points, and then
that's like I'd say that's probably the most common one position Sven build is not to max the stun.
Yeah, and then you have so much farm opportunity for ancients or for what have you.
Yeah, so gonna take a quick Roshan. It's really unfortunate that iG.V have missed I think 3 smokes now where they've gone into the jungle and people have TP'd away. Hurts your economy, hurts your morale, it wastes your time. Like it just feels really bad. And I don't know if LGD is just on point with these rotations. Maybe RTK is like, look, I'm pretty sure you're getting ganked in that jungle, but it is frustrating for iG.V.
Definitely doesn't feel good. LGD are going to swing around now with the fresh Aegis picked up. Necro 3, I believe, is online. Saw he had Necro 2 like a minute or two ago. Should be close if not.
And even with the blink up on the Templar Assassin for the kind of infest bomb, I don't think it does enough damage here. Maybe it'll delay the push some.
Into this team.
Yeah.
Well, that again, this is the problem with the draft. They have no wave clear. Their initiation is just jumping in. But you're jumping into so many individual units with the Warcry, the Necro book, the Vlads. This is going to be very tough to hold. And here we go, MMY getting off the stun. Now trying for the swap out. Coming for the side is the Centaur Infest Bomb.
Oh,
hey
Laguna.
guys, it's Lifestealer.
Laguna stolen.
Just backs right out. They get the
that is
Venge
stolen
kill
Laguna.
cleanly, but looking for a bit more.
Sorry,
Sylar in a
Dagger
bit
to
of
the
danger
Laguna.
here.
I think you Laguna now, right? Yeah, you've wasted that
Shapeshift's
confirmation.
gone.
That's really good for them, but in comes Sven, smacking away at the Templar Assassin, pulled back now. Manages
Nice.
to blink away. She still has Refraction Charger. She might be able to go back in a second, but there is an Echo Slam just
This fight's
on
over.
Nightstalker.
They've
They should
actually
disengage.
defended it.
They should disengage.
Yeah,
I
they
think
have
they
defended the
still-
high ground.
Lose the tower to the creeps,
Don't-
but oh, can they get some more? It looks like Sven taking a lot of damage. We talked about that Warcry already, but with the kinetic field up, actually neither of them caught for it. And can they
Go
find...
Oh, RTK, not like
Oh,
this!
no.
He's got in!
Okay.
Return of the King!
I think he forgot exactly
that
how
was-
tanky a
That
Nightstalker is.
was not the best high ground breach by
That
RTK.
was the RTK that we all know and
Are they
love.
still-
He's
Not the
back,
best
guys.
Echo.
He's back.
I mean, yeah.
So to break this down a little bit, the Venge swap ate a Laguna Blade
And
and
the Static
saved
Storm.
the life of the TA. And yeah, the Static Storm, he pulled him out of it.
Lifestealer also had a pretty cool maneuver at the beginning of the fight where he came in from the back and like combined with the fissure that LGD had thrown, they almost got trapped by the Centaur, like a 4-hero stun.
Yeah.
So that really, I think, threw them off in the midst of the fight.
Stolen Laguna, completely nullifying Shapeshift, taking the Aegis for free. And then they just get to pursue from there. That really wasn't a fight because the Sven isn't a carry.
But even without a fight, that tower is on, what, 100 health? With all the units poking away at
LGD's
it.
still way, way ahead. It's just that's good defense.
They do need to be careful, though. In terms of just raw like late game potential, I think it's at worst even, if not favored for them. They're going to find a grab here, perhaps. No, Sylar too fast. In fact, he wants
Nice
to go
going
back in. He's got the Howl damage.
Yeah.
This
Some good
is going to be
crits.
tough to
no.
fight.
Oh.
Laguna, the long range Aether Lens grab, and now MMY joins it. They start munching heroes down 2, 3, just like that. Oh my goodness, that was quick.
Yeah. Perfect positioning and reinforcement from LGD, and then of course Sylar just knowing what his team is capable of, sitting right behind him. At this point, iG.V, they have to be second guessing every engagement. They think, okay, this is a great opportunity. We just found their hard carry, and LGD is ready. And it's really difficult to kind of have the mentality of, are they baiting and are they not, and within like a fraction of a second actually make that decision.
Man, iG.V is so just unrelentingly aggressive. Like, they defend high ground barely by really good execution, and they smoke up his 3 and try to engage on the Lycan top.
Yeah, it was a bold maneuver.
I like it. I don't know if it's the best play, but it's definitely entertaining.
It is nice to see them kind of stick to their guns and have
Yeah.
their own style. Sure, maybe the Wet Lifestealer wasn't the pick, but I like the fact that they're like, you know what, we have a hero that we believe in. We're going to go for it. We're not just going to blindly pick whatever's in the meta right now.
If they had a little bit more time, I actually could believe in this Lifestealer pick, because he got a Maelstrom, he's going to go Mjolnir, and that's some wave clear. That's some way to respond. You just walk up there, hit the Rage, do some decent AoE damage, and then back off as soon as Rage is about to go down.
And there's a lot of damage instances with all of the minions, right? So you can get a lot of those lightning procs off. But whether it's too little, too late,
Yeah, it's a time problem, though.
it's going to be an AC up pretty soon as
This
well.
third row should be like the
This will be the
face
key.
breaker.
And I wonder if IG Vitality... if you give it away, you're pretty much forfeiting a Rax. Maybe you win a fight, but as long as LGD focus the buildings, they'll get at least 1 Rax down.
Yeah, I mean, it's really unfortunate with the Venge and the Nightstalker not maybe having the game impact they wanted. Albeit, I think the Venge saves are really important here, and I don't think it should be understated how she's made a number of those ults coming out of people, like the Static Storm or the Laguna Blade, not so great, but I don't think I remember the last time she got a magic missile off on someone, really.
Yeah, it's been kind of lackluster, but I mean that's momentum. That's like they.
She's had some good defensive swaps.
Yeah.
It's
But
all
that's-
the
I think that's
swaps
been- yeah.
in this game for
It's
her.
been more
She
defensive,
can't.
yeah.
She really can't just go in and say, "Hey, I'm going to kill a person by throwing a magic missile at them." It's really just about holding under tower and playing defensive.
I think he bought this Quelling Blade like just now to be doing this little Shakira maneuver. I don't think he had it before. I could be wrong.
What is this plan? Is it like what? You just searching? You chopping down trees? You're a lumberjack now.
They're all up here, and you engage on them, and they're like, "There's no way there's not a life stealer here. He must be in one of these other guys." And then he's not, and then he comes out from behind.
Seriously?
No. Well, they're having. I'm pretty sure they're having fun, if nothing else.
Yeah, they're just camping out.
Just team activities.
I think they kill Alina if she farms a wave.
That's what they're hoping for, but they're pretty close to. It looks like RTK's coming.
RTK? Is he gonna take one for the team?
The Rubik said he needed lumber for one of his recipes, so they're going to find
It's true. It's true.
Better go soon, guys. Oh, too late. Are they gonna go now?
One more
this
wave.
Get a lot worse.
One more wave.
Come on, RTK. You know you want it. This is such a weird gag because now he's farmed the wave. It seems totally fine.
Well, now they're hiding. I think they're
too
like,
many
oh gosh,
heroes.
Lina's here. Let's get out.
They know there's too many heroes here.
See, look, yeah, it was just a little party, having a journey.
Phil trips over.
So that just happened. That was exciting. Templar Assassin, she's still farming decently, especially considering that they're behind. I know had the Deso last time we checked on her along with the Blink. Not sure if she's had another item since she's got 2k gold more.
Believe that's it for now.
AC, Lycan, Ags, Lina, they hit their timing, and Roshan's actually back up.
They definitely want to get a later Rex, though. This Aegis is important. Can't afford to be foolish and just dive tier 4s.
You hear that, RTK?
Zhao Yu!
So yeah, we're still up here. We're having a party.
They're just getting it out. They like the
Just
the feel of the dire.
as soon as they see the 4 or 5 heroes on the other side of the map, Ruby comes out, fade bolts the wave. Just being annoying. Just trying to force ATP or K, fine to pick off on Alito. That's really huge, actually.
Yeah. All right.
You wanted a magic missile, you got a magic missile.
Yeah. And she does have the Chrysalis stuff.
All right. Item progression is decent for iG.V.
It's not
Fancy camera work from Mr.
On the
Mata.
trap.
I actually really, really like those traps. I think they're really pretty. But I think it's a Chinese cosmetic.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, especially with the style.
They're definitely talking about that right now.
Yeah. It's funny, though, because if you zoom out, they look really funky. Like, they break and look really scary. But either way, having a little bit of a push here, they'll force the rotations back, and I have to imagine back out, because they are not, it feels, equipped to push high ground, especially against, an Earthshaker Sven.
Yeah, no, they can't high ground it.
No, they just want to push out the waves, keep on farming. Daedalus about to come out for TA. I mean, if you get to the point where you have a BKB on the TA.
Why didn't she go BKB?
Well, I think because they're behind.
She's up against the Lina with the Ags as well.
I mean, but BKB Refraction, unless the Wolves and Necro are all over you, you're actually able to make Ags Laguna a hard target to hit on the TA.
It's just so annoying to play against Lycan at this stage. There's so many damage sources.
There's another magic missile for you.
Yeah. Very exciting stuff, these magic missiles.
Rubik Aether Lens.
I'd invite him to my Dungeons & Dragons campaign. Pretty solid. Can I come?
Okay, so is it Ether Lens or Aether Lens? I thought it was like Encyclopedia, like the EA, but I have no idea.
I'm under the impression it's Aether Lens.
I think
at least chat flames me less when I
think it might be one of those things that's actually technically pronounced both ways.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's the worst.
Yeah, I mean, you're wrong either way. So.
Yeah, I'm just going to call it Bananas or something.
Banana Lens.
Banana Lance would be a good name for an item.
The Dragon Lance is now a Banana Lance.
Yeah.
It's just a banana land of
It's a much better
only
name.
on Venomancer.
I know. I thought Dragon Lance it's a bit of an underwhelming item in general.
Yeah, I still buy it on like every hero I can.
All I know is Merlini was going on and on about how Sniper is amazing because he can get Dragonlance now. He said, the extra 180 range is what makes the hero.
I'm absolutely sure that is false.
Yeah.
I was beginning to question Mr. 77 and 0 at that point, but, the results speak for themselves.
I don't think he even built Dragonlance during the qualifiers.
Well, he didn't play Sniper.
Oh, no, he did. No, he played one game of Sniper and got a Dragonlance. He did,
yeah.
actually. He actually did do it once.
So then,
I mean,
Merlini was right?
I mean, I guess sample size of 1 for sure. Let's go.
I mean, I understand the mentality of getting the AC here. Obviously, the Lycan has an AC. You want one of your own.
You wanted to do the Finnish Maelstrom? Oh,
I
Mjolnir.
really feel the Mjolnir could have been something.
I agree. There's so many damage
At this point, I think at this point you'd rather have AC.
Yeah, I definitely understand why he's doing it. I just like, I actually thought that.
You just want to see it in action.
Yeah, I thought I could definitely change how LGD have to push, and that's something that you don't often get to see.
What is our cheese distribution? Oh, okay. Oh, I like it.
iG.V have really done a good job, like stopping this,
The game is a little slow for LGD's
Yeah,
liking.
it really
I
is.
think at this point, their draft, they want to have at least 1 lane of racks. Ideally, I'd say sub 25 minutes, 30 at the latest, but they do have good late game. It's not like iG.V win just because this goes late. It's just that I think their chances of winning improve.
I think it was just waiting for Roshan, though. As you mentioned, yes, a push was repelled, but I think they just really wanted to wait for Roshan. Was a long spawn. They'll feel comfortable going high ground, looking for a pick up top, but if they can't find it, push out that lane. Maybe get the tier 2 and then transition it into something else if they choose to fight you.
I would agree.
Good tier.
See, they freak out when you zoomed out. Traps. Just
Here they are again.
And
now they get
wait, no, he doesn't know. He doesn't know, right?
He's farming. It's
That-
just for creeps.
Imagine
That angle.
Imagine how your heart feels, right? When you're up there and somebody stuns you and you're like, is he going to blink echo? Like, what's happening?
That's
if LGD goes back and watches this replay, they're going to have a laugh about this.
Yeah, like that's enough to make somebody claustrophobic right there. Like just like elevator doors closing in, the fissure.
Rubik and Vinge got pushed up real close against each other.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Already committed the rage. They're in the short range swap. They're going to glimpse
no.
it one bang. Not like this. Like caught out again and instantly munched
No
up.
buyback.
I don't.
Done for a full minute.
No buyback. They have Aegis and cheese. Oh my gosh.
And I don't think
I
she
wanted
can
to believe.
before the glimpse comes out or out of the static storm. So yeah, it takes that tower.
Or he stole
Could be a
Hal.
Rax.
The Hal steal.
She
Big
is
play.
just pushing Templar Assassin. She is just trying to cut wave and
that
push.
is not going to happen. Dark Shaker also
especially
has
not
TPN.
now. She's going to get fished up. She's going to get enchant totemed and smacked down because no more fraction charges.
Brutal.
That was ugly.
So, how about them buildings
Agreed.
in your base?
Yeah. This is officially when the wolf is not only at your door, he's kicked the door in, he's eating your siblings.
He's taking his shoes off even.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but
A bit of a.
Okay.
yeah, we got some feedback there, but
Roland, help.
All right. I think we're better now, guys. My ears can't say that they are.
Condolences.
okay. So they'll have the life steal in 6 seconds. How do you set this fight up? That's gonna happen anyway, whether we like. Oh, I tried for that deny. They've got the lift coming out onto the Lycan, pulling him backwards. Lifestealer is TPing in. Kinetic field is up though, and Sven right smack bang in the middle of them. Stormhammer returned, but they can't seem to get him low. Templar Assassin trying to work on the backline. Maybe he's just gonna wander away. They've turned into the big wolf, so he's running on out. They lose the Sven, but a support Sven. Oh, they need something more. Templar Assassin coming in. She gets one. Can she find more? She's going to have Blink up in 8 seconds. She can go for the follow. A Blink away from ROTK. He is slowed up, but they look the wrong way, and the fissure coming out. That should be this end of the engagement.
I think he's trying to dodge the fissure, but it's still it's so difficult to close the gap against the force. So.
That's still good for LGD. They lose who they can afford to lose. They got a Rax. Still looking good for them. iG.V though, I mean they're look at this. They're pushing right back.
Yeah,
They wanna
but
take
they're
some
going into
advantage
Aegis
of their
and
own.
cheese now, and everybody's going to be up for LGD.
RTK still limping back to base. All right, he's made it. He still has
Don't be
Echo.
an Echo, yeah.
I really don't see them high grounding, but
Does the Templar Assassin have the BKB yet?
No.
Oh,
close though.
The Ghost Scepter now for RTK is really good.
I think waiting for that, obviously getting the BKB up before the push would maybe mean they can get some chip damage on it, but even then I'm not sure that they can do too much to it, because there's just also a lot of physical autos that will come out.
This is a really good Ghost Scepter game in
It's
general.
really good
It's
Ghost Scepter.
very light magic damage, unless you steal Laguna.
Oh,
They're gonna get the pick off here.
Oh, the
Good
blink
blink.
away,
I
White
don't know if it's enough, though.
No, you gotta believe. You gotta believe in the power of running.
No.
Okay, yeah, that.
Maybe not the best timing, but it's still gonna be enough.
Oh, the
Maybe not
swap!
after the
Come on,
swap.
Venge. Now use your magic missile before you die. Oh, it's not gonna be the case. But she will drag them away a little bit, buying some time.
And he was wrong.
Crucial save?
How proud of yourself are you for that one?
Thank you. I tried. That was
For one time
I
left.
have to say the bench play has been really good this game.
Yeah.
So many saves, kept them in the game, but not gonna have to buy back and sacrifice her life again for
Oh.
us.
They do have the BKB. It's up anew. They actually are going in on the back lines. A really nice telekinesis, stunning 3, but it's not going to be enough. Rubik is down. Lifesteal is soon to follow with that Laguna Blade, and now an Echo Slam onto Templar Assassin. It doesn't matter if you have a BKB. You're going to get auto-attack down. And with that, I mean, they can try to fight with the 2 buybacks, but I think it might just be GG anyway.
It is GG, and with that, ig.Vitality not out of it, down to the lower bracket. They destroyed Avengers earlier today, so it seems like they have them figured out. The question is, if Newbie makes it, can they beat Newbie? But to nobody's surprise, LGD cruised through. They 2-0, and they are going to the major. And now, for me, all I care about is who wins, Alliance or LGD.
The stage is set.
I can tell you who Valve will be rooting for.
What if they don't even play, right? What if they...
That'll just determine how much better one does in the group than the other.
Okay.
I mean, I could see
K-pop
LGD.
will find the metrics.
I mean, I still think LGD could end up top 8 of this tournament. Like,
Oh, easily.
Oh, yeah.
Easily. There are just a lot of talented players. Like, I really like the way RTK's drafting here. He's willing to take risks.
Really good. That was a risky draft, but they pulled it off in style.
Their movement was just really good. I think their calls have been really on point. Like, DDC and MMY really finally seem to be like really ticking now. Like they were doing well in the last patch. Like they really even carried them through some struggles. But I feel like right now they're just like all on the same page and playing really, really well.
Yeah, I would agree. They had a close call against Newbie. I don't know if you guys get to catch the series because they almost lost that.
I think Newbie's much improved though under like getting Chuan in there to kind of light a fire under them.
Yes.
For all of the like negative stuff Chuan can get thrown at him for maybe having a bit of a toxic and intense personality. I think that's good for some teams like Newbie. Because, I mean, you look at Newbie, what do they get criticized for the most? Complacency.
Interesting.
Like, between Hao and Moo, Hao getting thrown off and Moo still being on the team and a lot of stuff they've had issues with. And I think Chuan's the kind of guy that can come and light a fire and really get that competitive drive back going under them again. So I think Newbie's much improved. So I wouldn't take dropping a game to Newbie as really that negative of a mark against LGD.
You don't figure Chuan's going to let them play any more MMOs?
I was going to say.
More basketball, less MMOs.
Oh, any more mobile games?
Maybe not. We'll see.
What was the game that they played?
Terra. I think they were playing a lot of Terra.
Interesting.
That's a life choice.
That's a game.
Yeah.
So, guys, with that, this does wrap up the China coverage for today. I believe we're going to hop almost immediately into European action as Spirit is currently playing their match.
I think so.
Who are they playing?
I think Empire. Is it Empire?
Spirit versus Empire.
I'm not 100% sure.
Not sure.
So I guess we'll take a very short break here, guys. We'll come back. We'll be bringing you the European qualifier and probably shifting some personnel. So thank you very much for watching our coverage of the Shanghai Major. My God, my ears are killing me.
I know.
We'll be back.